Jazakumullah khair. La yaghib usrun yusrain. This is the Arabic text for reference. In English, again, this is very bad attempt to translate. It says that a hardship will never overcome to ease. A hardship will never overcome to ease. Now, this is interesting because if you look at the ayat, again, this is going to be a bit technical, a bit aja. Because we are not, because I'm not going to do this surah. But since we are at this surah, just to give a bit of, I would say, some advice and some understanding. If you notice the word Al-Asr, it has Alif Lam in both ayats. And then the Yusr, if you don't Alif Lam. So technically in Arabic grammar, if you have Alif Lam, then this is definitive. Okay, definitive meaning the. So it's not really with hardship, it's the hardship. Okay, and Yusr is not the is, since the tak ada Alif Lam is nakirah. So this is ma'rifah, definitive and non-definitive. So Al-Asr is definitive, Yusr is not definitive. It means, so if you could translate this in English, verily with the hardship and ease. The hardship and ease. Now orang bincang ni baik kali. So they say that since you have definitive, it means it only occurs once. The meaning satu kali je, that specific thing. But if you have something which is non-definitive, then it becomes many. And ease can refer to many ease. That's one way. I've seen many scholars explain it that way. But if you look at this particular narration, they say a hardship will never overcome two ease. This is referring to the ayat. Because the ayat is repeated twice. But if you look at it, then it's not two, it's two hardship because it's repeated twice, right? One hardship, two hardship. One is, two is. But here it says two is. But one hardship, a hardship. So there is a very interesting technical argument. They say, إِذَا الْتَقَيَا مَعْرِفَتَانِ فَيُفِيدُ أَمْرٌ وَاحِدٌ. They say, if you have two definitive statements, the hardship, it is referring to one particular issue. It's not different separate things because this is the usr, the hardship. Technically, it refers to something similar. But if you have multiple nakirah, non-definitive, it means dia banyak. Okay, so that is the tafsir. That is the linguistic tafsir because two does indicate one singular thing. This is not a separate the hardship. No, they are referring to the same thing. So it's one hardship. How many user? Banyak. Here is two, it can be more. Now what do we learn from this? It's quite simple. People tend to focus so much. Kita terbalik. To put it simply, manusia terbalik. We see many hardship, one or no ease. To manusia. So when we have a problem, we always focus so much or too much on problems, right? The problem gini-gini. But we forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given, going back to the hadith tadi, has given so much ease. Allah has given so much gratitude. But our psychology is that we keep on focusing on what goes wrong. We are not being grateful for all the ease that Allah has given us. Because why? We keep on focusing on the mistakes. We keep on focusing on the hardships, the trials and tribulations. Where Allah is telling us, hey, kau punya masalah satu je. But Allah has given us so many. Going back to the hadith that we mentioned tadi. Now, if you look at the word asur, it also tells us that why. Why do we have a problem with this? Is going back to wal asr. Because we do not understand priority. We keep on prioritizing hardship and not giving priority over what Allah has given us with regards to ni'mat. We are not grateful. Right? So if